Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am working on the farmhouse for the Waterloo battle 1815, and it was partially built by somebody else before I got my hands on it, so I had to pull it apart and clean off any excess glue. I was wet sanding, so I put a towel on me because I didn't want to end up getting soaked with all the water I was using. But yeah, here we go. Time to build. Just a little pile of glue here. There is so much obscuring all the details, so it all had to come off before it could go on. Now for my trusty glue, I have my normal Tamiya glue that I like to use. However, if that doesn't really work out because of the old plastic, I would be using my Rocket Odorless with a little bit of blaster in case it doesn't set properly. But this model was handed to me in a cardboard box along with a huge amount of other stuff, so there was no instructions included, but lucky for me I managed to find one on ScaleMates, and I was having that up on my PC, so to figure out exactly what and where the walls and everything had to go, so I could get the correct order of the build. Joys of second-hand model kits, you don't know if all the pieces are out there, so to build, I will first use a little bit of masking tape to make sure that all the pieces are there, because if I then start gluing something and I'm missing pieces, that is going to cause a problem. So I will tape them up first and then glue once I know that everything is there for a complete farmhouse. This kit is actually a click together kit, so technically you shouldn't need to use any glue with this specific kit. However, because of how old it was and stuff, it wasn't going to fit together very well as click together. No, there was a lot of glue in the holes for where the pins were supposed to go, so I had to pierce out some of that glue in order for things to be built properly. Time to start the gluing process. Within just a couple of minutes, I noticed that the glue wasn't working out as it normally would on a kit that hadn't been glued before. So I ended up having to take out my super glue, and I used a little bit of Rocket Blaster on some of the parts that wasn't sticking together very well. And then on the corners, I used a crocodile clamp to hold the corners tightly together so that they wouldn't split. There's 3 houses on this farm, and I was building the houses separately in a more manageable section, and now came the time to connect 2 of the houses together. And the 3rd house is very quickly following suit. Following the build, it was time to prime everything. I first primed it white, however I wasn't happy with how that turned out in the end, so I went back over it again later on and did a grey instead. The footage of the paintwork itself got lost, unfortunately, so instead I included some pictures of what it looked like when I was finished painting it. I do apologize for the missing painting steps. The roof is a leather brown on the layer and then dry brushed on top of that with a blood red to highlight the tiles. The walls was then dry brushed with a white and a few different shades of brown to kind of highlight a little bit of wear and tear. And then everything was sealed then with a flat clear coat on top of that. Thanks for watching and see you all in the next one. Have a great day.